Well, hey, good morning, everybody. It's Dave coming to you from the Wyoming house again. Same hat, same glasses, same sweatshirt, but I promise you it's a different day. It's Thursday morning. It's around 9:30 in the morning. It's still pretty cold out. I wait for the sun to get up and warm things up before I get out on the property, but I'll be out there in the next half hour or so, and I'll get 3 or 4 more hours of work done today. So yesterday I had a good day, but wow, it took me so much longer and so much more effort to get the big tree that I'd felled the day before. I felled across the little creek was exactly what I wanted. I felled it away from the house so I could drag it out to my log pile on the eastern end of my property. Um, but by felling it away from the house, I can't pull it from the stump end. I have to pull it from the top out, and that's really the opposite way you should drag down trees, but I don't have any choice. And what that means is the big branches that stick out, they all get hung up in other trees or they dig into the ground. And it really was, my truck can handle it, but my tow ropes were breaking again. So I had to shut it down and get the saw out, and really spent about an hour and a half cutting off all the limbs and getting them in their own pile so that I basically had a shaved limbed log. It's 60, 70 feet long, but and I finally got it done, but I had to get down in the creek, so I'm standing in the creek, cutting limbs off. Some of them are under pressure, so they're snapping back, so I have to be careful of that. But we got it done. So that tree was limbed, and the limbs are in a pile, and is now on the log pile. And then it really left the last tree, which was the granddaddy, the Mac Daddy, the biggest one that I've felled in this project. I left it for last on purpose. I wanted to make sure that my skills, my truck, my tow ropes were, ready for it. So we got it down. It dropped exactly like I hoped it would. And that's what this video is about, is just showing you yesterday me cleaning the limbs off the first tree and then dropping the last tree. However, by the time I got it down, I was spent. So I'd put 4 hours in on the saw and I was done. So this morning we'll be going back out on the saw, and probably take me a couple hours to get the last tree limbed up and moved out onto the log pile, and that'll end pretty much my saw duty. The last thing I'll do is I've got a couple trees I do want to limb up, but that's fairly low risk. So today should be a low risk day. No crazy conglomerations of 2 logging chains and 3 tow ropes and trying to get the tree to fall the right way. That's all done. That part of the project's over. And I think today will be the last day I use the saw. I think if I get that last tree limbed up and moved onto the pile and get it 2 or 3 trees limbed up, the saw will go away for the rest of the year, and I'll move into pile pickup tomorrow. But I do anticipate 2 or 3 hours of saw work today, just in a much safer environment. Anyway, that's a pretty good story. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you what I did yesterday. It's fairly short. I mean, I was dealing with 2 trees basically, so it's really just a short update. All right, good morning, guys. It's about 10 o'clock Wednesday morning. The first thing I do is chain this tree out. It's sitting over the creek. I've got it cut in 2. This first piece goes from here to here. I'll probably have to cut it again, but the goal is get this giant tree out of here, and then I can fell that last tree, that big giant guy standing up there. So I've got her chained up, and I'm gonna try to pull her out this way. All right, guys, I'm standing actually in the creek. It's freezing, but look at this log, man. I've got it shaved clean so I can get it out of here. I've been cutting these ends off. I gotta clean up. I got about 7 or 8 more to clean off, and we'll drag this log out of here. I just thought I'd show you dumbass standing in the creek. All right, I got the super hoopty rig done all the way to the big tree across the creek. It is under pretty extreme tension. So
Look at that, safety first. I put new toe straps in. So there's 2 chains, 2 new toe straps, my famous knot, and then my old toe strap. So janky jank. Time to cut it. That's what we're gonna do now, is we're gonna cut this thing. Hopefully it's got enough tension to fall this way. Oh my God, it worked. Cut it about 80% and then came back over, pulled it down. So it's laying exactly where I was hoping it would lay. That may be good enough for today. Last tree is down. All right, the last tree is down. Look at that buffer. No trees on this side at all now. So let me show you this. So I cut the wedge.
I forget that this still is a pipe community, and so I do want to show you that I'm smoking my Wyoming Meerschaum again today, and for the second day in a row I'm enjoying some 8 State Burley while doing it. It's a fantastic blend. Feels great with my black cowboy coffee. It's a great way for me to start my day. So guys, what I want to do next is show you kind of the mechanics of cutting down, how I've been doing it. It's the last tree, but kind of how have I been doing it on the property. I'm going to show you how I do just there's a quick diagram I found that shows it really well. The wedge cut, the back cut, the hinge, and I'm going to show it to you on my last tree. The hinge is how you can kind of steer the tree as it goes down, and worked really well. So I'm going to show you a diagram. I'm going to show you my actual last cut on the stump there. I find it interesting because I've been working saws for 30 years.
Right to here. And then I started back cutting. You see this nice smooth cut. I started back cutting till all this was left was this. I was always holding the tree up. So I went back to the truck and just gave it a yank. And it went down. So I am done for the day. There's no way I'm gonna try and dig that out of there today. And that truck is amazing. This little saw is amazing. 40 trees in 14 days, all on battery power. Totally amazing.
All right, guys, so give you a little update on the fire itself and on my prep. So I'm going to start with my preps. My 10 acres, my irrigation system is really over the last 2 weeks made it soupy and wet on all 10 acres. So I feel really good about that. In prior videos, I've shown you how Pacific Creek forms a natural fire break for me on the east side, which is the side the fire would come from, and the north side of my property. I have all my trees down now. I have an official 50-foot fire buffer around the entire house. I have hoses deployed front and back of the house for ember management, ash management, any little things that come on the property I can quickly deal with either by just stomping or by hosing. And I have a fireproof roof on the house. It's synthetic cedar shake, and I stand ready to get my ground piles cleared out, and I stand ready to help the fire service. If they have to come here, I will probably not evac. I will probably help be here and assist the guys any way they can. So I feel pretty good about my prep here at the house, and I think I've done just about everything I can do, and I will continue to work it every day until the piles are completely clean and the fire has either become not an issue or the weather changes. So we're still tinder dry, above average temperature weather for the foreseeable future. I mean, they said for October, but that really doesn't say when they expect the weather to change. We need to get this sustained cold weather to move in. We need some wet to move in, but that's just not happening. So I've seen no air activity from the fire service over the last 4 or 5 days due to wind, and apparently they are able to fly the other side of the fire, the east side, which is, almost an hour from here, 50 miles. So they can fly the east side of the fire, but apparently they're not able to fly the west side of the fire due to wind. So not so great. I've got a picture of what the fire looks like when you're a little closer than I am. That's not my picture. I downloaded it. It's a picture that the guys working my side of the fire took. So I just wanted to show you what that looks like. So the update from the Forest Service firefighters isn't that great either. They've deployed, it's now, I wrote it down, 67,000 acre fire. So for a fire that was 2 weeks ago, 5,000 acres, that's a big deal to me. They've also deployed, they divide fires up into divisions or into branches and then into divisions. They've created 2 new branches. They're both on my side of the fire. They have deployed a bunch more assets to my side of the fire, and they are now they've moved past surveying the area to determine what structures need to be protected a little closer to the fire, a little further up the valley from me. And they've progressed now to actual point protection. So they're actually creating fire breaks around individual structures on my side. So they appear, although they won't say it, they certainly, all their actions seem to show that they fully anticipate the fire crossing over the top of the ridge lines up at the pass and heading down the valleys on this side. So again, not great. No reason to panic. I mean, I'm not in panic mode, that's for sure. I'm still in prep mode, but overall, not a great story from the weather, from the fire conditions, from the growth of the fire, from the addition of more resources. And now they've got resources, 2 different branches focused on my side of the ridge line. So we'll see. I guess that's really it. That's all I've got. Guys, that's really it for the video. I'm going to go ahead and shut up and get this thing uploaded, and then I got to head out onto the property for this hopefully last day of chainsawing. As I did yesterday, though, I want to again emphasize this is not all bad here. It's perfect fall weather. It is, colors are amazing. I still go downtown every day. I went down yesterday. Sasha got to see her best friend Cooper again. It's good to spend 3 or 4 hours with my boys, and it continues to be great here. I just it's just a little bit of pressure, a little bit of worry on what the fire's doing. And I hate worry. I've briefed many a time on my videos that worry is a worthless feeling or emotion. I prefer action. And so that's why I do these video updates every day, to show you that I'm taking action and not just fretting and wringing my hands. So that's really it, guys. I hope you're having a good week. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Hope you got a good Friday and weekend in front of you. And God bless you. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.